ready to spread your wings and try something new? Come along as I try the Essence Blooming Wings palette. This palette is going to be $12.99 at Ulta, and it is an 18 shadow palette. I'm going to insert a picture of the swatches that I did of this palette for you, that way you can see them. As you will notice, mostly with these kind of purpley shades, they start to look really similar in the swatches. One in particular, this one right here, let me flip it over real quick. This one right here, it looks purple, right? When you swatch this one, you really don't get very much purple. It comes out looking, I don't really know what you'd call it because it's not really red. It's almost this burnt color, which is a little bit of a purple shift. But if you're expecting it to come out fully purple the way it looks in the palette, it's not going to be that way. I'm also going to insert some pictures of looks that I have created with this one. Today I do have some of these shadows on. I have this kind of peachy color right here all over, just to kind of put a barrier in between the concealer and the rest of the shadows. Then I have this light brown in the crease with this peachy shade right here all over the lid. Let's talk about this peach right here. As you can see, it looks peach, but there are little silver specks in there. When you pick this up with your brush, you are going to see those little bits of shimmer. However, when you go to actually apply this to the lid, it doesn't really show up. It's not really going to be much of a shimmer. I will say I do love this peach tone though. To be such a light color, I think it pulls its own. I really like this, trying to achieve that kind of summer bronze goddess look, you know, kind of beachy, show off that tan a little bit. This peach, I really like the way it helps contrast any kind of tan. So there's that one. If you look at the screenshot here on the screen, all of the ingredients do appear to be FDA approved for eye use, so you don't need to worry about anything being harmful to the eyes. This one is also said to be cruelty free. They say it is for cool, warm, and bright tones. It has mattes, shimmers, and glitters. They say that they're going to blend easily. They claim to have no animal byproducts, no parabens, no fragrance, no alcohol, or microplastics. So pretty good on that front. So of this palette, your kind of metallic shimmers are going to be mainly these three here and these two here. This one definitely is going to be more of a pressed pigment. That is going to be one that you're going to want to pat rather than trying to sweep it onto the eye. You're going to want to really pat that on because it is more of a pressed pigment. This gold here, I think we can call that one a metallic. It's not too chunky and it goes on pretty smoothly. One thing that you will notice with the swatches of these is that they look similar. Not just these purple shades, but some of these neutral brown shades as well. I don't think this palette needs to have 18 shadows. I think they could have condensed this into a smaller palette that is just as nice and if not more useful. This is beautiful packaging. It looks very nice, but I do think some of the shades are just too similar to each other to have multiple ones. While we are on this palette, they offer two other Blooming Wings palettes. They kind of, that's the overall brand name, and then they have kind of sub names. I believe this one is Let Me Be Your Wings, and again there are two other palettes offered as well, each containing 18 shades. If you have tried this Blooming Wings palette or one of the other variations, please leave me a comment in the section down below. Let me know how you used it, what you thought of it, and if you would purchase it again. If you would like to see another eyeshadow palette or maybe even a bronzer, I got you. Click on either of the videos here on your screen to see even more reviews.